even at a lower price, this Ninja SS151 TWISTi Duo is our top performer among the high-rated Ninja blenders we tested. Another plus is flexibility. With up to 3 container sizes, it's easy to make both large batches and single servings while saving storage space. So if you're interested and want to get the full picture, stay with us. We'll show you how it performs, how easy it is to use, and how practical it really is. I'm Tina, and welcome back to our Shouldit Blender series. Actually, you're getting a lot for the money here, and the most standout features is the tamper, which is built right into the lid, and that's something you usually won't see on other models. And that tamper is especially helpful for thick mixtures because you can just twist it to keep the drink moving smoothly. You also get up to 5 smart presets, which make blending more hands-off and especially useful when you're busy in the kitchen. We also like the 1-minute auto shutoff. It's right when you're not paying close attention. And it looks compact for a full-size blender, standing about 13 inches tall with the 34-ounce container attached. On the construction side, the materials aren't top tier, but they're sturdy in hand and well assembled. Even better, the blade assembly includes up to 6 long prongs that spread out from the center, plus 2 smaller upper fins positioned above them. That means you're getting more cutting edges than most blenders, which often stop at 2 or 4. And the blade works with all 3 containers to help you save time and keep things less cluttered. And that's just the overview of what it offers on paper. Now, let's get into testing. But first, if you want a quick breakdown of how we do this, check out our explainer how Shouldit test full-size blenders, which will make the rest of this video easier to follow. Now for test 1, smoothies. For the first test, we make a smoothie with kale, apple, pineapple, banana, and milk, then blend it at the highest speed. Actually, this test isn't much of a challenge. The fruit is fresh, so it's naturally soft and easy to blend. The only slightly tricky ingredient is the kale. Instead of falling straight into the blade, it sometimes sticks to the sides or gets trapped in small pockets, so strong circulation is needed to break it down properly. Luckily, the TWISTi handles that well. We use manual control instead of a preset, and as soon as the blender starts, it pulls everything down into the blade with a strong voltage. In just 1 minute, the smoothie turns out smooth enough to drink with no significant grittiness. Even so, we keep it running a little longer and find that it gets even smoother. It reaches its best texture at around 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is still faster than lots of blenders. So if you want something that makes it easier to add greens to your diet, the TWISTi does a great job. Smoothie 9.7 out of 10. Next, we move on to a frozen fruit smoothie. For it, we use a mix of mangoes, pineapples, strawberries, and milk. The amount is the same as we use for every blender, but the TWISTi smaller container makes it a little more difficult here. Its 34-ounce jar is quite narrow, and the fruit pieces are fairly big, so circulation is a bit slow at the beginning. Still, that only lasts a short time. After a little help from us using the tamper, the fruits break down little by little, the voltage strengthens, and once everything is circulating well, the blender finishes in just a few more seconds. Overall, it takes around 1 minute and 30 seconds to churn out a batch of chunk-free frozen drink. We're very pleased with this outcome, especially considering how demanding the ingredients are and how other blenders struggle in this same situation. And because it finishes so quickly, the final drink stays icy, cold, and refreshing. There's a few tiny strawberry pieces, but they are too small to be a problem. Frozen fruit smoothie, 9 out of 10. Before continuing with the rest of the review, we would like to be clear that this isn't a paid promotion. Every personal blender we test is self-funded to ensure unbiased evaluations and honest ratings. If you find this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be a huge support. And to our subscribers, thank you, we really appreciate you. In this protein shake test, we toss in protein powder, oat, almonds, dried blueberries, and milk. Then we blend until the oats fully break down and the shake turns smooth. And what we like most here is how hands-off the process is. We don't have to interfere much since everything gets blended right after we hit the start button. Plus, the blades do a great job of catching ingredients. They also keep the voltage steady, and that helps this step become much easier. So far, this is also one of the fastest blenders we've tested for this recipe. The blend wraps up in only 1 minute, which is very competitive with popular models like the Vitamin E310. And the final result is very close in quality too. There are no large pieces left behind, and the oats are fully liquefied, so the shake feels smooth without a rough or sandy texture. After straining, we do find a few tiny flakes in the sieve, and you may notice them slightly, but they shouldn't be a big issue at all. For a quick grab and go shake, this is still a very solid result. Protein shake, 9.3 out of 10. We fill the container with 2 cups of roasted almonds and blend until they transform into a creamy spread. We believe this is the toughest task for any blender because making nut butter is a patient process, especially when the nuts need to release enough natural oil before the mixture can go from dry and crumbly to smooth and spreadable. That's why the TWISTi runs a little longer in this test. We also have to step in a little. The tamper helps at first, but once the mixture rubs lower in the cup, it can't reach very well. So we have to switch to a spatula and guide the paste back toward the blades. In the end, we got a smooth almond butter in about 2.5 minutes, and it spread easily on just about anything. While there are still a few small bits left, some people may actually prefer that bit of texture. Almond butter, 8.5 out of 10. Last up is the ice crushing test. We fill the cup with ice only and blend until the ice is as fine as possible. We use about 12 ounces of ice, which is a lot for this container. And since the cup is quite full, the ice doesn't have much room to move, so circulation slows and the cubes start to pack together. Still, the blender manages to crush all of the ice, which is a strong outcome. The only thing is that it doesn't always reach a fluffy snow-like finish. Some of the ice breaks down quickly, but some of it gets stuck near the blades and stops getting finer. We do stir it to break things up, and that helps briefly, but once blending starts again, the ice soon settles back down. So yes, you can use it to crush ice, but for a final finish, it's better to go with a smaller amount. Ice crushing test, 9 out of 10. So taking all 5 tests into account, the Ninja TWISTi Duo personal blender achieved an overall performance rating of 9.2 out of 10. So the Ninja SS151 TWISTi Duo is one of the most well-rounded blenders we've tested. In use, it blends quickly and stays efficient across a wide range of ingredients. be it frozen fruits, walnuts, leafy greens, or whole egg cubes. Even better, it really needs constant attention. If the mixture gets thick, you can use the built-in tamper to smooth out the blend. Since the tamper is integrated into the main lid, adjusting it is quick and easy. And since the blade is designed to pop out easily from the containers, it allows you to clean every corner properly, including the spots that are usually hard to reach. Just keep in mind that it's pretty loud and the pitch is fairly high. But if that doesn't bother you and you want something space saving without giving up performance, the Ninja TWISTi wins our vote. That's it for our review of the Ninja SS151 TWISTi Duo Personal Blender. You can find more details through the link in the description or explore other options in our Shouldit Blender series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching Shouldit and see you in the next video. Bye!